Okay.
And Mr. Harry Potter has his key.
And when you first walk in, you kind of, that thing really scares you when you first enter frame. Set and action.
Look me in the eye when I'm talking to you!
Does Mr. Harry Potter have his key?
Okay, got it. I told you, one or the other. Day 27, it all fell apart. All right. Well, we tried.
Ivan. Again, I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, bit of experience actually. Nice to see you.
Mind you, Sean's just gone. You finish the cover here and I'll...
Coming out with the goblins. Get out. Is that your bag?
Smells like we're not going to make
shoot
it.
that stinks.
It stinks.
This looks
Are
great.
you filming this? This great Kodak moment?
We're trashing Billy Elliot. Talking about a shot list.
Fantastic.
That's the thing for trolling around Tesco's.
Sorry.
Pushing your trolley around Tesco's.
Huh? What are you looking for?
Eddie.
Beginning, if you can do this, you be where I am. Alright? And you're looking over his shoulder and he's just going to flick a couple. And if you can do it, just hold it over and just point to that. Right? Closable. And if you break away and go through those doors at the end of it.
Yeah.
Right? From there. And if you break away this way and go to the second desk at the back.
Second desk at the back.
Go down.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay? Put your gear down here for a moment. I'll leave you there.
Interesting jigsaw.
What's going on now?
Mr. How you doing, bud? Oh my God, how'd you do that?
Let's have a look, Dan.
Was he eating an apple?
No, it just dropped. It came in. I'd lost a tooth. I'm thinking, God.
You're a disaster.
Just right at the side.
Let me see when you smile. Oh, you'll never see that.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, in this scene, you won't be smiling.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But that's what I thought.
No. So we'll get a guy to come in and put a fake one in. It was a baby tooth, right? It's still one of the. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You start losing your real teeth.
Daniel, shall we go for a bit of knowledge?
Okay, see you later.
Good luck, June.
They worked so hard.
The girls were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
They
the
were,
girls,
you know, really, really well.
I just am amazed. They look so good.
Oh no, they are. They're incredible.
When they got the masks on, they looked absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it's great work. Thank you.
Thanks very
That's
much.
great. Thanks a lot.
Gabriel?
Can't do it. That's
Can I see with a smile?
Oh, that's scary.
What's that? No, but you guys look terrific. It's going to work really well.
If we saw one contemporary person in here, it would look strange.
My only concern is that we're not making the statement that we're going back period-wise.
No, but
it's a certain period that it's kind of like going back in time, as opposed to another.
no, but you know why you get away with it here with the extras?
Here, I don't think you have a problem.
It's Wizard's Bank. It's a Wizard's Bank, so you're only a wizard coming in here. The question is, what do you do when you have the other? Yeah. What do you do with the other actors?
You just want to make sure it don't blend.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Personal presence, not my wife.
Yeah.
I said, Robbie gets hit in the head, does the scene, finds out later, ends up in the hospital. I'll tell you, and I won't give you names. Don't know how many actors I've worked with. It would be like, that's it, call it a day, I'm out of here. Oh yeah, that was great. Hey, there's trouble. Oh yeah. I'll go one now.
Have you? Excellent. When did that happen? 8 months. You're looking well. Yeah. You're working. Great. Yeah, it's been a good year.
Chris, 2 cups of coffee in your hand. That's
No, Rob got me a real cup. This sort of keeping me going. Yeah.
I'm gonna come and see you in Oxford.
Hey, Chris. I wasn't in Oxford. Oh, do you? Yeah. Is it not underwater? Is it Oxford one of the places underwater?
Frank, you look amazing. You look amazing. How are you doing?
Was it just one still light? Yeah. There was 3 of them weren't moved, 3 of them were doing it on one night. That's tough.
Sorry? Yes, thank you.
So Paul,
I'm on a power trip up here, Chris.
This is fantastic.
I've got my glasses.
Yeah, do you want to have a look?
Yes.
Wow.
Now what for it?
The voice. How's the voice going?
I don't mean thin. It's pretty gruff.
Rough, yes.
Hands on. Yeah, well, I haven't got what my line is now. Does Mr. Harrington?
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that.
I'll work on it.
Alex, it's on the lapel too, a little bit.
I like it. It's wonderful, isn't it?
Your hands to go on work. Can you do that?
You're going to need a special ladder to work on me today, aren't you?
We need to stand on somebody's back. You can get those on yourself.
I can.
No, Felicity had that.
First wasn't there, was it?
Nobody else would know.
Very handy.
Boom, boom.
Thank you, Felicity. She must be here.
Can you swizzle actually round a minute?
The 8 kilo one. Yeah, exactly. Warm them up.
Thank goodness.
Alright, set. Everybody clear, please.
Good luck. Background and then a background action and then a quick action immediately afterwards. I'll do. No, you can do the background.
Loud because there's people at the back.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. Anybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Bueno, man.
I like prosthetics. They're great. I mean, when they work. Yeah, when they're bad, there's nothing worse.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure you don't want to make that centaur, huh? Do you believe it can be great if you make it? Because you always believe these can be great and they're great. It's all in belief, really. Set! And action! Got! I've done it. Thanks, mate. Isa done. I'll try to remember, do this.
We'll start them with green ladies.
And 16 amp wide card.
There's a ham alert.
Okay. What's that?
There's a ham alert. Too much hamming.
Two tubes. Yes, two keynote rolls and a 6 amp wide card. No, 2 foot.
2 foot keynote.
One. Oh yeah, 2 foot keynote. Just a harness. No, tungsten.
Tungsten spring without the back.
Oh, no, the batteries are down here.
I got 2 foot tungsten keynote, and we take the back off it. We just leave the harness. Chris,
You're just being myself.
Try to keep this on your shoulder as well. I know you're big on the shoulder, it's got to be there. Yeah. Not fun.
Stuart. Set. Action! Got.
It's fine for the wide shot.
I think John, I'll find out if he's getting these. Where do these guys end up? Where do you walk? Just across?
No, you go down there, don't you?
No, they're not a problem. Whoever
they're going straight across
These
now.
two are going straight across. Yes.
whoever ends up walking this way, John's going to pick them off. So he'll be tight on that.
So these two are going straight across. These two over here on the left there are the ones that are going straight.
And they're
up this
prosthetic,
side.
so that's fine. That'll be all right. It's going straight across. But after when we get to close, then we'll change the head because we need to do that.
not worried about them tearing quite a lot of patches on. Do you want me to touch them up?
Not for this, I wouldn't worry about it at all. But once we get...
We're all in shot, guys, so clear, please. Start here, okay, and on and Daniel's on Dan Radcliffe's on his way down. He's in school.
I can give you a fairly wide play. Add it later, right? Blue screen?
Yeah, I mean the foreground.
Yeah.
You're single on Dan. Right. This should we do here? So
the other two.
We could do that. It's just once we're gunning.
I was thinking about his band shot. So
yeah.
About getting you go right into this single.
Yeah, we could get that here.
No problem.
Just a thought.
I just got to start moving now, so I don't.
Well, that's the reason I was thinking you wouldn't have to, almost anything else. You would have that, except for Robin.
Right. Gotta get Robin. I got Dan till 6:30, which is good. The good news. So I have it for 4 more hours, which I rarely have.
Hey, Roger?
I've been asking all day. I said, how long is it going to take to turn around? And these guys are saying fairly quickly, yeah. 15 minutes to move this to there, but I'm talking about moving goblins. Of course, I don't even know if you need to move goblins, but we should.
You already said to the camera for that master.
I know.
Yeah, that was. But you see that guy? Supposedly it's so hot in
You can no, you can't because we have to see his floor, Robbie's floor. We have to rebuild that for his section.
Right.
If we did a minute today, it'd be great since Rob's here. We'll hear from Nick and talk about last change.
Okay.
About where the CG takes over.
Yeah, I did want to talk about the last scene as well. We want a chance.
Well, we could do it. After I set these up, yeah.
If we're turning around.
What's that?
When we're turning around, we can have that. So.
I guess the biggest key with the last chamber is to make sure we can maintain a PG rating. That's really the.
I think so. What we talked about, what we do, which ties into the beginning. You have a second talk about?
Yeah.
The very beginning, the sort of mist thing that he becomes.
Right.
Is we're saying that at the very end, you now pay off how he became this sort of mist creature.
Right.
And actually, when he disintegrates, he's going to turn into like what would be the equivalent of cigarette ash.
Right.
A three-dimensional version of cigarette ash. And when he collapses, it's not actually mist. It's actually the smoke that you get, or the particulate in the air that he's now filled. He's now completely ash. The cloak drops to the ground, creates wind, and the wind picks up this little cloud. And that's what he was at the very beginning. Although you didn't see the cloth drop, and you didn't see the fact that what he was made of.
Right.
Basically, he doesn't get burned to a crisp. He just becomes this ashen thing.
Right.
So it's not gruesome to look at.
Right.
And as he falls apart, it's like his cheekbones would fall apart. You'd see whatever you'd see inside, but it's not gruesome because it's all gray. It's like a layer of gray on top of a layer of gray.
Oh, okay.
As if you took like all your internal organs and made them all ash, but it is three-dimensional. Your ribs would drop away, would leave whatever organ was behind it. And because you can't really see the difference, it's not blue or veiny or whatever, it's too coarse for that, it won't look scary. But it'll
really
look cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Right. So, and I also like the fact that what you see him travel around in the beginning is paid off of why he is that.
That's really cool.
The question is the back.
His face glow. I mean, if it starts out you notice a little bit in the back of his head, but doesn't it eventually become a full? Doesn't the size expand and retract as well, or no?
Yeah, it just extrudes out as subtly as we can without, it doesn't want to turn into this space. It's sort of like, and the idea is that it would also cause some of the skin to stretch. So when he becomes more present, Quirrell's face ends up being a little more.
So we end up seeing two faces at once.
Yeah, you
Well,
would.
right now it's in the mirror. That's the way.
You'd see it in the mirror, but if he does the turning his head gag, you see two at once. That brings. Do you need to then do this with Quirrell's face at a certain point? Pull it back for the actor.
I think so. I think that's an element that makes it really interesting because it makes it as if, well, if such a thing were possible, if this face is going to sort of form on here, you only have this limited amount of room to work with. And so if you push it out here, it's going to have to push here too. So it makes it like have some loss.
So that's a prosthetic thing or something.
That could be something that you then do that, and we'll make that pay off by seeing it. Where all of a sudden, as his face is coming out, you see the other ones.
That's kind of cool. You mean as the face is coming out, you pull his skin back?
Prosthetic wise, can it be a prosthetic? Well,
after
this is moving, this should be moving the same way, shouldn't it?
That's less so because once it becomes this face, unless it turns into like a really long, chin or something like that, where it's going to stretch even more. But you have a much longer shot at Quirrell being stretched back because if you just change the eyebrows and the nose, it's not that much because it's always going to be squeezed. There's a bunch of internal stuff that's going on.
The comedy here. One shoves the circle back over the other face, the other face goes.
That's what we were always worried about.
Right.
The two faces comedy. But
I think the look on these faces is not going to be that comedic.
I'm not worried about that anymore. No, I've lost that fear. My concern is logically, Voldemort's face is always really there. That's the thing.
Yeah. It just chooses to come out and be more, because otherwise, if you had a full other face over here, you're sort of built that way, as opposed to the rumblings of your face is there. It's built into the wrinkles over here. And when you want to speak and become more present, it just sort of comes out a little bit.
Right.
And as it comes out a little bit, it pushes this skin back because now it's doing one of these. So for when you want Quirrell to appear to be normal, this is more at rest. And when he wants to come out,
it's just that one area has to be.
Hello.
We have to decide.
So why are you concerned about this area? Why?
Well, you have to decide when that happens, if that's going to happen. And you have to do it on camera. And then Quirrell has to be like this on camera. You can't change that.
It's almost like you need to kind of know what the faces are.
Yeah.
No, they shouldn't come out until had it been on the other wall, you could see it once and back off the issue.
But in the common room, it's...
But if you see every shot...
Yeah, but there's 3 CGI paintings in the common room. So, you can do cut, and you've got one in the background of every...
But is there a scene taking place? Like in the Richard Harris scene, there's a whole scene taking place of which the beginning incidental is the painting. The rest of it is all...
Yeah, the common room has a lot of dialogue.
Oh yeah, it's a big, heavy dialogue.
They talk,
Then that's the case. I mean, then every shot's going to be shot.
That's why you want to paint it, so you don't have to have every scene.
Exactly.
Okay, what was she
But
Chris?
in the common room,
Again,
there
is
are so many
to bring
situations.
them in, the paintings, shoot them for the live action part, and those frames are what's used to paint them for the still portion. And then you have everything.
Are you, David, are you guys ready to do that? Shoot.
Well, let me talk to Chris.
That's really the way to
The
do
common room
it.
is the most important right now because it's only 4 weeks away. That's the one I'm panicking about.
Okay, let me get Chris back, and we'll talk about right now.
Person B, and particularly where there's a storyline going on, where in one place they're playing cards, another one they're fencing, another one the guy's injured. It's the same character.
There's a sequence of kind of 4 things, isn't there? Playing cards, cheating, standing up, fighting, and then stabbing. And we've got at the moment, we've got a big sort of 6'6" painting that's the 2 of them sitting. We've also got 2 other paintings that they were going to sort of duel into. Do you remember either side of that big painting? So we've got 3 frames.
So we'd have to pick.
Well, we don't
The difficult.
have to, but to cut down on CGI work.
You just have to know where they are in the scene.
The difficult part for me right now, though, is to say, okay, I've stopped the guys in this pose, painted.
I know.
I haven't even seen the guys or the. I mean, I have to.
Is that the one with me?
Yeah, I'd have to kind of do.
I can put you in the pose.
Now, what I'm trying to say is that we go ahead and shoot what's inside the painting, and then that'll be the live action portion of it, and then pick frames from that.
That's what I mean. I need to shoot the scene.
Yeah.
Well, just for the record too, as you're doing that, because you have the count, right? And this is, as you're doing it, each painting in the paint costs 1,450 pounds.
Right.
So, and there's a lead time. How long it takes.
The common room is the most panicky one. There is a bit of money in there.
Is the common room or the paintings in an area that I could just, unlike Dumbledore, the paintings in the common room in a place where I could see them once and then be off of them for the rest of the scene?
Well, possibly. I don't know. Without
blocking.
It's not a huge place, the common room, is it? I mean, it's not. And they're big paintings.
And they cover basically. It's almost like a tile. It covers one of the five pieces of one of the 6 pieces of a hexagon.
Yeah.
Plus, we may be able to save money.
I mean, this whole thing is a money saving thing, but it doesn't save us any money if we paint all the pictures and realize how do we use these?
Right.
It doesn't help painting them empty, does it, with no figures on? That doesn't help.
And let me ask you, do the paintings resort back to the original?
Yeah, that's it.
For instance, if you have a painting of someone like this, it's always like that unless the guy's doing this or whatever. But if you're cut back to it,
if they're playing cards, if it's a storyline, and then they get up and start fighting,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be back playing cards again.
Oh, well, that's right. Once you've moved on beyond that, you can't go back.
Yeah. Once you've moved beyond your initial painting, you have to continue. That's really the only problem.
Exactly.
The other paintings are one-shot
Well,
deals.
why don't we just talk about the?
Now, are you on the paintings for that action, and then you're off of it for the scene that takes place in the room?
Well, that's what I was saying. If I'm away from the painting, unlike Dumbledore, which I was like blue screen.
Locked in.
Blue screen was there, and I was locked
Yeah.
into that particular area, so we were on it.
Yeah, that should have been switched. That should have been on that wall.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
The thing is, Chris, that those paintings are quite large. So I think it's probably, the room is kind of hexagonally. At the moment, we've got an 8x5 and the 6 foot square on 2 walls,
I
and
think
one
we just walk
behind
in,
you.
but there's only one paint. We're just doing the card players and the sword fighters in one painting, right? The other
Yeah.
paintings won't move, will they? No.
No,
Well, the fat lady. And the
when
fat
they
lady.
start fighting, they were to move.
The fat
into
lady's
those
out.
frames.
She's not in the common room. She's outside.
Yeah,
outside.
she's outside.
But we had talked about actually painting each one of these ones that had a story point in it, which was the Count the Child, Burnett the Blonde.
Right. So this is
Because at the moment, we've got one sort of square format and then 2 of the 8x5s like that. So they're sitting at the table here, then they get up and fight. They fight into this frame and they fight into that frame. Do you remember?
I don't know how you
Don't
paint
remember.
these.
Then these
Yeah, I do
two are
remember. Yeah,
what's
I'm just saying
painted.
paint.
This one is always blue.
Well, they were all, up until now, they were all going to be blue. All 3 of them.
So they
And
can
in
move
the
from
room,
painting to painting.
Yeah, in the room, I can't remember how the room goes
But
very
maybe
well, but it's something like this, isn't it? There's the door,
But then
there's a
at least
bit
we have
here
one
and a
painting.
circular bit there. There's
Because maybe these would be still frames of the room that they're going to go into. If we just
something
leave it at
happening
that.
there. I've got one
Sort of
8x5
odd
there,
picture.
and the big one here, and this one there.
Still light.
Yes.
Where's this one?
There.
Oh, you've moved them.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're not side by side anymore. It's not 3 in a row.
Well, it can be. It can be. This actually came about with a conversation with one of the storyboard guys and Stuart. I think to enable him to get one of these in the back of the shot. But this is something that, it's not locked off and it's up to you where they go.
The fun part is being able to walk from one painting to the next.
And seeing in the same
Yeah.
shot.
Because as you're fighting, you're backing up.
Yeah.
Naturally, you see.
Literally in one shot. So there
Oh
you
yeah.
go.
So if you had one here,
Yeah.
one here, and one here.
Yeah.
Where's the fireplace?
Fireplace is here, I think.
Ooh,
Isn't it?
that's awful.
Why don't we go into the room on Wednesday and spot it?
I mean, you're gonna be
I've got the
mastering.
model in my car actually. It's about 5 minutes away, so I can try and get
Don't
it.
even paint. I think we should probably have it so we can go over it.
Yeah.
and then an in position.
It might be better
One
to
with a
actually
bond.
In the room of the.
Yeah, just to see the size of it and actually spot this, where you put it here, here, and here.
Where are you?
Well, you know what? We're not going to do that until Wednesday. So
Sorry?
What if
we
you had
need to
two,
get
each
going.
painting had 2 positions? The original beginning position and then an ending position. So you could always go to it,
Yeah.
and then if you had and each one does have just a background built in, right?
Once after the card game, then it's pretty much all blue because then they're moving all the time.
Oh, Oh, I see. The more movement, the more, the more
Prior to
possibilities
that,
of paint.
if it's just a still frame of these guys playing cards, that's the painting for the majority of the scene, because then you're going to be on the painting for when they get up and cheat and start doing all the rest of the stuff.
Yes, that's right. Because once they stand up, it's so dynamic, you can't paint it really.
Right, but that's only for one scene. The next scene they're already fighting.
Yeah.
Scene number 2 that we're in there, then scene 3.
But you know what? You could probably choreograph it in such a way that we knew that we were fighting. You know, that people knew they were fighting. It was just you were just positioned where you're going to have them fighting. It's not a difficult thing to do, and it can be done quite organically.
No, you just don't want to tie yourself into anything in post that you don't like.
I think if you see something in the background of two guys going like that, for more than 3 seconds, it's going to look odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're totally static. But the trick's gone. Isn't it?
Not if you've brought the audience into that position.
Yeah.
In other words, you see them fight and then they stop, and that's the way they are until they decide to move again. In other words, the paintings are always changing, but they're not always moving; they're just always changing.
Yeah.
Though you probably haven't. Yeah, but you probably wouldn't have.
I'm only doing that to save money. My idea is that they're always moving. You know.
But you probably wouldn't have them like that. You'd probably have them at the end of a move. You know, so it's like
I
that.
think the other problem was is that we had them always moving. We were risking drawing everybody's attention away from the foreground and the background. They became disruptive too.
Yeah, if they're sword fighting, if it's someone wrapping a wound, it's subtle, like in the Dumbledore scene.
Yeah, and the playing of the cards is really not a lot, of movement. You have to be quite still when you're playing cards.
Oh yeah.
Well, the other question is sort of a chicken egg thing. What Bob said was, well, why don't we photograph these vignettes?
Oh yeah.
And then we can paint one of the vignettes and have it up. We just take a frame.
Whatever we do, we need to pass them a costume, or else the guys are not having to paint from. They've got to
That's
paint
already
the
been
same.
done. We're already in.
Well, yeah.
No, we should just shoot the scene. Then
A still shoot or a...
No, a film shoot, and then we'll take a frame from that, and that frame is posed. It'll match exactly.
When do you think you can do that?
Whenever the schedule shooting at the end.
Yeah, I don't know when I'm scheduled to shoot. I have no idea.
The thing is that we're in the Gryffindor Common Room in 4 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So we need to have.
December.
So we need to have this up and ready 4 weeks.
If you don't do that way, then you probably shouldn't do it at all.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's never going to match.
And you're going to be locked into something. For me, it would be best to have the paintings on a wall, like on this wall over here. Put the paintings.
Yeah.
And mask the scenes always from this side. So when I want to
Yeah,
feature
so
the paintings, I see them.
Yeah.
And when I don't want to see them,
Yeah.
I don't see them.
I think that's the problem we got into in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just needed to swap.
Background.
There's two paintings on each wall. One was a static painting, the other one was a blue screen. The blue screen happened to be behind the scene throughout the whole.
Right.
So if we just physically did one of those, you start on there, go here, now you're off of it. You're on to the regular scene.
But we need 2 weeks to paint those paintings at a minimum. So if it can't be scheduled and shot.
That's after we've
I was
shot.
going to say, because that can't be, if it can't be scheduled and shot within 2 weeks, to allow 2 weeks.
Let me look at that.
Then we can't really,
I'll get back to it.
Okay.
This is a bigger problem.
Oh,
To me, it was
I
originally a
understand.
money problem. We
Yes,
pay for
when
it
it's
now.
We can also. Where's our other painting? We have the common room. I know we have the beginning of the
Fat
film.
lady, marble staircase.
It's the damage you do, damage
That's
you
all.
don't.
Yeah. But it also, and the other thing that doesn't happen until January is our child, the knight, the child, the brunette, the blonde, and the incidental ones around them, which are only 4 others now. We
But
have to do,
I would keep those all blue.
keep them all blue.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't, because nobody stops, and that shot, they're walking up the stairs, and then the camera continues to move up. I mean, there's not going to ever be a point where we're going to be stuck on a lot of dialogue like we were in the Dumbledore scene.
Okay.
The common room is the only issue.
Yeah.
I think you're spending money in the wrong place if you paint. If I'm only showing those paintings in one shot or 2 shots where someone's looking and it's their point of view, then
it's pointless to paint it.
Yeah.
By the way, is it a mise-en shot? So in the fencing one with the card players and they get up and fence, do you keep the camera in one place and they paint and they fight within that frame, or does the frame move?
They should fight within the frame. If the frame moves, it'll look like a movie.
Right.
Right? Yeah. It'll look like the painting panned up.
Right.
They would have to fight within the, or their heads would leave the frame.
And we could pan with them as they go from this painting to the next painting, and you go to the next painting and back again. You could.
No, the camera could, but I'm saying the frame itself.
No, that's a locked off.
Yeah.
That's a locked off shot.
And they sort of move, and then you don't see them move between the picture frames, and then they appear on the next page, so there's only one line of forward.
That's right. Yeah. They leak into the next thing. Yeah.
Like they walk around the forward. You know, like
Exactly. And the form pops up there.
Okay, so it's completely screwed up and confused. That sounds good. Now we're making it American.
But listen, one thing is clear.